seen the glory of the coming of the left. I can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for help. It's time to switch it up, put the hip shit on the shelf. Cause the way the real weapons being real to sell. My eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the left. I can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for help. Money, money, money. That's all you got to say. Wrong being wealthy. Like Kanye West said, having money is not everything, not having it is. Deuteronomy 8:18 that God gives us the ability to create wealth. And it's the love of money that's all you know, like money so much, why you get up and go to work? Yes, I do think about money. I'm just trying to leave a legacy for money. It's not everything, but when you got it, you can do some cool stuff. And now, your host for Talking Money in the Morning, financial health mentor to the working class, Mr. Cortez.
Good morning, Black world, and welcome to Talking Money in the Morning Live with your main man, H. Cortez, the one and only financial health mentor to the Black community, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur, where I do my absolute best to bring practical yet proven wealth building strategies to working men and women all over this great nation of ours. Truly an honor, privilege, and a blessing to come to you live and direct from the Black Wealth Movement Studios here in St. Louis, Missouri. If you have not already pledged your allegiance with the Black Wealth Movement, what the heck are you waiting for? I believe we have the best wealth building program and platform in the entire country because we attack the four main challenges that are keeping us broke: inflation, taxes, debt, and limited investments and savings. We have the solution for all four of those challenges. We can help you learn how to invest to overcome inflation. Your money will grow faster than the rate of inflation. We can help you minimize your taxes through entrepreneurship. We can help you then take those tax savings and use those to get out of debt. And then we can help you save for a rainy day. Even more so, we can help you save and put that money together for a long-term financial success and a financially independent future for you and the next generation. All you got to do if you want more information is go to send me an inbox or text Black Wealth Movement to 314-874-6887. Again, text Black Wealth Movement to 314-874-6887. Be sure to list the name of your business and or brand. No links, but business and or brand, and let us know what it is that you do so we can give you a free business shout out. You never know who's on the stream today that might be in need of your service and want to connect with you, my friend. So if you're not shouting you out, I don't know who is. Do me a huge favor. If you're checking us out on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. And then let's make sure that we share and engage with the show on YouTube as well. I want to make sure that you let me know the name of your business and brand on YouTube so you can get your free business shout out over there as well. Why come I don't even see my own show on YouTube? What's up with that? Go to my channel. That might help. There we go. All right, there we go. So now we're on. All right, and make sure you comment, like, engage with the show right there on YouTube as well. You never know who on YouTube wants to connect with you. For my Facebook family, you guys know the deal. You got to pay your cost of admission. What's your cost of admission? A simple share. Hit the share button and let's continue to grow this show and get this information out in front of more and more people. You guys know how we do. You never know, man. You might just be entered into a drawing to win some sort of prize just for rocking with your boy. Shout out to Aaron Arroyo, last night's winner of a luxury getaway stay. So we had some fun doing that for the first time, announcing that winner live. I've got some cool announcements that you guys are going to see later throughout the day, but we're actually going to give away at least 5 trips per week for those who engage with the Financial Health Mentor page and help get the word out of economic empowerment and the importance of financial literacy. So stay tuned, man. You got to keep it locked. You might want to turn on notifications on the page. You never know when I might just go live and just randomly pick someone who's followed the show, who's been engaging with me, who's been rocking with me for a while, and just throw you luxury getaway stay. Now, the stay is on me, right? But you got to pay to get yourself there. So I ain't there yet where I can fly you to the stay, then pay for you to stay, and then pay for your food and all that. No, the stay is on me, but you got to feed yourself and get yourself there. But as we continue to grow and spread this powerful message of economic empowerment and financial literacy, then the day is going to come where I'm going to be able to have all-inclusive trips to give away, including airfare. But that day ain't today, right? So you guys know what today is. Today is Free Business Coaching Fridays. Oh, today's show is also brought to you by the Financial Health Mentor Bookstore. If you have not already grabbed your copies of the Financial Health Traffic Report and Monetize My Life, then you are missing out, my friends. These two books can literally change your life forever. This book will give you a financial blueprint. This book will help you turn your passions into profits. When you buy them both in a bundle, you will also get access to my membership site that allows you, or that teaches you how to execute on what's being taught in this book. So we get all kinds of webinars, live video trainings, ebooks, recorded videos, guest trainers. Everything that you need to build your business and our brand can be found at monetizemylifeacademy.com. And if you don't want the books and you just want to join the academy, it's $5 for the first month, $20 a month thereafter. And all you got to do is go to monetizemylifeacademy.com and enter coupon code MMLA trial in all caps. So today is all about you guys, man. Where are you stuck in your business today? All you got to do is give me your business name and ask your question. It could be anything related to branding and marketing. It could be business finances, credit. It could be on starting up, ideals, brainstorming. Wherever you're stuck at, we have some awesome business minds tuned in today that can help you take your business and brand to the next level. So this ain't the time to be shy, y'all. If there's any place that you're stuck in your business, let us know. So let me see, who do we have with us on the show so far? We have Accountable Tax Solutions out of St. Petersburg, Florida. We have KOVL Radio, online radio station, KOVLradio.com in the building out of St. Louis, Rulers Over the Land. We also have the Learn and Earn coach from Cleveland, Mississippi in the building. Of course, I've got the queen, Monica Allison of Future Leaders LLC out of Philly. And that's who we have with us today so far. So go ahead and start your questions. If you don't have questions, you know what we like to do is recap the shows that we had this week. We had an awesome array of shows. Going back to yesterday, we talked about whether or not college is worth it. And not whether it's worth it from a standpoint, should you pursue higher education, but whether or not it's worth it in terms of how it's being packaged and presented as the end all be all. There are lots of people I know with bachelor's and master's degrees, even some PhDs, who are out of work right now, right? But guess who ain't gonna stop calling because you out of work? Sally Mae and all the other student loan lenders out there around the country. So is it worth it from the way it's being built up, right? What I want people to do is start looking objectively, because here's the deal, man. The people who packaged and sold us the American dream are the same people who profit immensely from it. I want you to think about that. The people who packaged and sold us on the American dream are the people who profit immensely from it. So, what is considered the American dream? It is the house with a picket fence, a a nice car in the driveway, and maybe private school for the kids, right? That's the American dream. Now, let's break that all down and see who's profiting from the American dream. If the American dream is the nice house and the nice car, in order to get the nice house and the nice car, then we're sold on college and university as the path to get us there, right? And who's responsible for helping to cover the cost of college and university? The banks via lending, and the government pushes higher education as if it is the thing to do. How do they benefit? Of course, the banks have contracted with the government to say, listen, if we're going to be giving these loans, are you going to guarantee that we can get this money back? The government says, yes, we guarantee you're going to get that money back, because while a person can file a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, they will never be able to put their student loans in the bankruptcy. So you're going to be able to hound them for the rest of their lives to get that money back. That debt can even be passed down to their children. You say, okay, why would the government do something like that? Because if the government makes you believe that a college education is necessary to get a decent job, then they're going to pay the bill for you to go to college so you can get that job. Because how does the government get its income? Via income tax. Right? Now, let's look at it a little deeper. The banks are behind all of the promos for the American dream. Because in order for you to get the American dream, after you've gone to college to get the education, to get the good job, then you go buy a house and a car, but you finance those things. So the bank is all for this American dream concept because they're going to finance it for you. And they push that like nobody's business. You go to school to get a good job and you get into debt. Because you're in debt, you don't care whether or not the job is good or not. You just need one. So you take what you can get, even if it's not in your field, even if it doesn't pay enough to cover your bills. You just know, I got to start paying Sally Mae back. That's the game that's being played on us. So when we talked about college yesterday, we said we wanted to have a rational decision based on how college is being packaged and presented to us, right? And I think everybody got it. Nobody got in their feelings about, you know, I've got a degree, I'm going to send all my kids to college, I'm going to make college, you know, is part of what we do, all that. And I think everybody was able to think objectively about how it's being packaged. And as packaged as if it's the only option out there, y'all. And we got, and you know that the ability to access knowledge is becoming increasingly inexpensive. The access to knowledge is becoming increasingly inexpensive. But you know what's not becoming increasingly inexpensive? College tuition. I want you to look at this for a second. If more and more college students are taking classes online, don't you believe that that should bring the cost of a college education down? Everywhere else where technology is in serious use, the cost of those things are coming down. But with more and more colleges allowing their students to take half of their course load online, college tuitions are steadily increasing at a rate of about 8 to 10% per year. Why is college the only place that gets to access knowledge and information and transfer that knowledge and information at a more cost-effective way for them, but then still charge more for each and every student? Goes back to who's underwriting this whole thing. Because the government guarantees these loans, colleges will never stop raising prices because they know that the loans are guaranteed. It's been embedded in us, it's been put in us since the time we were little that college was the thing to do. If we had all the other options on the table and they all got equal amount of pub as going to college, college prices will come down tomorrow because they actually have to compete. Right now, the only thing that they're competing with is each other. They don't have to compete with other options. Everybody is going to college. So it's just a matter of which college you're going to. But if trade schools got the amount of pub, if understanding that you can work at McDonald's for 2 years, by the time you graduate high school, you're a supervisor or a manager, you put 4 more years into a fast food restaurant, you'll be an area manager managing multiple stores. And you got 6 years experience. If that was promoted as an option, and all the other things, entrepreneurship promoted as an option, college will have to lower their prices tomorrow. Right? So that's kind of what we talked about on yesterday. Now, I can just keep going and going and going. I don't see any questions. This is free Business Coaching Fridays. This is supposed to be for you and not for me to ramble on and on and on about my ideology and all that stuff. So what kind of problems or questions do you have, challenges in your business? Questions that you have, challenges that you might have in your business. How do you keep retention in your team? Get your people to keep their accounts active. Very, very good question, Lisa D. And it has a lot to do with, and if I show you my back office, Lisa D, you see all that red in there, it might scare you. You might not ever want to become Infinity. I got so much red in my ledger, right? But in order to keep your retention, to keep your team together, you have to create a culture. And I'm working on that right now. It's hard for me to create culture because my business is built primarily online. So I have people all over the country, and I don't get to go and sit down and have a cup of coffee with them to really develop a relationship with them the way that you want to create the culture that make people want to stick around. I'll tell you somebody who is very good at creating culture. Amway. I was in Amway for about 5 years and probably made less than $500 the whole 5 years I was in, right? But you couldn't recruit me away from Amway because of the culture that they created. It was a culture of positivity. It was a culture of fun. It was a culture of accountability. It was a culture of growth and nurturing one another and your young prospects to becoming the best that they could be. And what most people need that in their lives. So if you can create that with what we do and add to that the financial education component, it really, 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 I think we will have something special. So I'm working on creating a culture of my team. That's why I'm doing a lot more traveling so I can sit with my team face to face. We can break bread together. I think most of my team know that I really care about them. But when you sit down and express that, looking into someone's soul through their eyes, that just takes it to a whole nother level. So if you're going to have good retention, you're going to have to create a culture that people want to be a part of in your team. And that's if you're building locally, that's easier to do than building online. That's why I think that what we're pushing for on our team is for all of us to come together online, but to actually do the majority of our building in our local cities, right? Hopefully that makes sense to you. Monica Allison, Future Leaders LLC, it says, I have a real estate question. How do you leverage a house which is paid for to finance business? It's a rental, but income is not enough to finance. That's a good question. loaded. There is no one right answer to that question, Monica. But here's what I would say. It's already paid for, but the rental income is really not enough passive income. So what I would do, Monica, honestly, I would look to leverage that property for either a multi-unit apartment or a multi-purpose commercial building. But obviously, before you leverage that property, you want to get most of your ducks in a row. Meaning, if you use that to leverage multi-purpose commercial property, then do you already have connections with a management company, a commercial management company that can make sure that you get that thing leased out as soon as you get it? Do you already have connections with a construction company that's going to come in and clean it up and paint it up and all that kind of stuff? Do you already have the relationship with business owners that need good rental space and that can use that space? Same thing with the apartment unit. If I took that one property and say, I don't know what it's worth, but say it's worth $100,000. I would never leverage the entire worth of the home. But I would say maybe do a $50,000 equity line, right? Or refinance it and cash out $50,000. If I can take that $50,000 and then turn around and use that to buy maybe as a down payment on maybe a 15, 20, 25 unit apartment complex, right? That's already 80% capacity. Then naturally that property should be kicking off enough passive income to pay both mortgages, right? And if that's the case, then I would use all of the passive income to pay the $50,000 down on property one as fast as possible. And then I will continue to leverage that property, and I would just run that play over and over again until I get enough units to where I have enough rental income coming in that's going to create a nice passive income lifestyle for me. So I would leverage that for a multi-purpose commercial building, maybe something with 2 or 3 storefronts or a storefront and a couple of apartments up top. Or maybe something with kind of a mini, a single building that has 2 commercial properties at the in it, something like that, where you're going to increase your passive cash flow. See, a lot of people think that the passive cash flow is going to come all from 1 property or 2 properties. No, what happens is you own multiple properties. The passive cash flow might only be $200 per property. But when you get 10 properties, now you got $2,000 per month in passive cash flow. But what happens is, as the mortgages are being paid down and the value or the properties are appreciating in value, your net worth is increasing every single month, even though your passive cash flow stays relatively the same until you can increase rents incrementally. But I think you are in a very good position if you have a real estate property that's paid off. You can leverage that to pull some money out and buy another property that's going to add to the passive income. Again, second property might not give you $10,000 a month in passive income. You might add another $1,000 per month in passive income, but that $1,000 per month in passive income, if you use that to pay off the $50,000 in a couple years, now you can leverage that property again and do the same thing. Now you buy another property where passive income might be $2,000 per month. Now you got $1,000 in passive income on one property, a third property with $2,000. Now you got $3,000 in passive income. Take the whole $3,000 and pay off the $50,000 loan again. Now you got 3 properties, passive income, $3,000 to $4,000. Now you can start saving the passive income, $3,000 to $4,000 for 12 months. Now you don't have to leverage any of your properties anymore. You save the passive income. Say if it ends up being $3,000, you save that for 12 months. Now you got $36,000 to use to buy another property, and you're not leveraging and borrowing against any of the ones that you currently own. So those would be some ideas that I would be looking at. You know, that would probably be something that I would be trying to map out. Lisa D says, how do you create duplication in your team, especially for you, because your team may not want to do live videos? So the first things first, Lisa D, if you notice how I present this opportunity, I present it as a business opportunity. I'm looking for business builders. Now, we have a side of our business where you can just work the strategies and still build wealth. That's not how I present it. Because if you present it that way, you're going to get a bunch of people connecting with you who just want to work the strategies, and they're never going to grow or add to the team. They're going to be building wealth for themselves personally. But if you want to accelerate your income, you have to have some business builders on your team. Now, I have a team meeting every week. Every Monday, we go over our 8 core commitments. We go over our prospect peak and pass, how you add to your team. And then we also have drill for skills with my mentor. He teaches how to prospect, peak and pass, present, plug in, and promote. He teaches what to say, how to overcome objections. So we make resources available, and then we try as best as possible to hold people accountable for doing what they say they're going to do. And also in our private Facebook group, we have a running tab of our team goals. So we try to award and recognize people who are adding to the team and who are paying off debt, those who are improving their credit, and all of that kind of stuff. So we just try to, recognize and acknowledge those who are doing good things in the business, but also leading by example. Leading by example. I think everybody on my team can testify to, I welcome the most people in our group on a weekly basis. Right? So that in and of itself gets people asking me, Cortez, what are you doing? You keep bringing people on every week. Yeah, these are the activities that I'm having in my business, right? And those who don't want to do live videos, I do coach them on some other strategies, but there's nothing like live, man. I talk to 500 to 1,000 people every time I go live, every single time. And what I'm doing with the team is I'm having them bring me onto their live, because they might not be comfortable enough to carry a live video for 5 to 7 minutes themselves. But if they can carry it for a minute, just say, hey, I want to introduce you guys to my mentor, H. Cortez, a financial health mentor out of St. Louis. He's doing phenomenal things, helping people build wealth all over the country. Then I come in and I dominate the conversation for 5 minutes. And now they're introducing me to all the people on their timeline. And now I'm going to turn around and edify them and say, hey, if you have not connected with Lisa D to get your increase on your or your job, if you have not connected with Lisa D to start your home-based business so you can start writing off your lifestyle, shoot her an inbox right now. And I can do that with anybody. I even do it with people who are not on my team. I do it all the time. Right? In fact, my team don't use me enough for that. But I can't make people, people are in business for their own reasons. So I can't make people do that. I just, look, Lakia said, can we go live today? Yes, we can. Absolutely. Absolutely. Anytime, man. Anytime. I stay live. So, whenever y'all ready, I be waiting on y'all to ask me. I can't keep putting it out there and then nobody responds. That kind of hurts my feelings a little bit. So I stopped putting it out there. But anybody who ever wants to go live with me, whether you're on my team or not, let's do it, right? So I'm gonna use you there. Absolutely, let's do it, Lisa D. So, question. Hopefully, Monica, you were listening, and that real estate question gave you some ideas of some things that you can do. And you might not have to pull out 50,000. You might have to just pull out 10,000, 12,000. Maybe you pull out 15,000. You can go buy a 4-unit apartment complex and use that and leverage that. If it's already pretty much up to snuff, you can get it for 8. Put 8 to 10 in it and get that thing rented out. Remember, you bought that one free and clear. So all of that money is passive, except for the maintenance and the upkeep on the property. So yeah, I would be leveraging that to get the next one going. Who else do we have? What kind of questions, comments, observations, man? Anybody stuck in business? Anybody got some business ideas and thinking about, man, I want to do this. I just don't know how to make money from it, right? All right, good deal, Monica. Good deal. Is it wise to even offer customers the Smart Money Kit alone when they can get it for less by becoming a member? Well, here's why I offer the Smart Money Kit. And for those of you who don't know, Lisa is part of the same network marketing company that I am, my econ. And we have a do-it-yourself credit education service that you can buy for $100, right? One time, just $100. We got 26 video modules that will teach you how to do and fix your own credit, right? So here's why I try to sell at least one of those every couple months. Because if you sell one every couple months, you get the CV and you become super retail qualified. Super retail qualified means I get 100% of the CV of anything that I sell in my business. I get 85% of anything that is sold in my downline. So I do sell the Smart Money Kit as a standalone product, but the way I sell the Smart Money Kit, if you ever see me do a Smart Money Kit presentation, I always say, this is how I sell it. Start your own credit repair business for $20. Again, I'm always pushing the business opportunity more than the individual products. I do a credit presentation and I tell them that, hey, if you're not business minded, but you want to fix your credit, then sure, pay $99 one time and you can own this product and you never have to hear from us again. However, if your credit, depending on where it is, you can become a member for $20, $35 per month. Say it only takes you 2 months to get your credit right. So you pay $20 for the first month, $35 for the second month. So now you fix your credit for $55. So I give people all those scenarios, but some people, if your credit is bad and it takes you 6 months to fix it, then you might need to just pay $100 one time if you don't want to build a business around it. So that's kind of what I do. I'm always selling it as a business opportunity. Here's an opportunity for you to start a small credit repair business out of your home, fix your own credit, help a few of your friends fix their credit, and make you some extra money on the side. Good stuff. Anybody else? Anybody else? Who's got a passion? Let's talk about monetizing somebody's life this morning. Who's got a passion or a dream? And they say, Cortez, I really want to be involved in this. I really want to be doing this. I just don't know how to make any money from it. And because you don't know how to make money from it, you probably can't justify investing time, energy, and effort in it. Let me help somebody learn how to make money from one of those things that you're extremely passionate about. So I want to start my own advertising agency. How can I connect with my econ? So if you want to start your own advertising agency, man, use my econ as your testimony. Use my so like me with Monetize My Life Academy, it's online marketing, coaching, branding, that sort of thing. You know why I continue to get new members into Monetize My Life Academy every day? Because people see my branding and marketing working. They see how I've grown my business. They see how I've grown my network. They see how my econ business is flourishing because of the strategies that I use. If you want to become an advertising agency and start your own, then learn how to advertise my econ to grow your team. And people will recognize your skills for advertising your own business. And then I would say, man, I need you to advertise my business like that. How much does it cost for me to hire you? This is a perfect opportunity for you. You need a success story. By building your My Econ success story based on your advertising skills, now you're positioning yourself to really win two ways. When you use your advertising skills to build your My Econ business, that's going to build you some revenue right there. And it's going to build your clientele, as this is your first client that you've been able to build, and you make My Econ a recognizable name, or you make whatever your brand is a recognizable brand name because of your advertising skills. And then you can say, because of these strategies that I use, or you can say, this company, which is LisaDMyEcon.com, hired Lisa D Advertising Agency. And since they've hired us, we've helped them acquire 50 new associates in the last 3 months. We've helped them start the process of opening up offices in and around New York City. We helped them start to create their own events. Now they do 3 events every month. And we promote and advertise those things on their behalf. And because of our advertising expertise, that company is blowing up. Does that make sense? So you're in a win-win-win situation. Use your advertising agency to advertise your My Econ business. That becomes your first testimony and give you some numbers that you can quantify and show people your track record of success. And then you can do the same thing for some of your team members on your My Econ member team. Help them build and develop their own brand, then help them advertise that brand and say, these are 2 brands that I've helped advertise, and be able to demonstrate or show some numbers that can be quantified. Monica said, yes. So my passion is community. Our area has the highest rate of returning citizens in our city. Oh, wow. Okay. I want to teach life skills, which includes the My Econ business as part of that teaching. Uh-oh, crap. I'm trying to see more. All right. But if they can't get jobs, they can't pay the subscription. I feel like it keeps going around in circles. It does, Monica, and I think to break that circle, you have to insert entrepreneurship. You have to insert entrepreneurship. Here's an idea, Monica, that you can probably do this with your nonprofit organization. I wanted to do this with churches and things, but the reason the people who can't get jobs usually have skills that they can use to earn an income. So you can create a program through your nonprofits to get some certified mechanics to teach people how to do oil changes, for instance, right? So you got some of these guys who are returning from prison, these gals returning from prison. Get some certified mechanics to teach them how to do oil changes. Now, in order to teach them how to do oil changes, they're going to need a lot of people who need their oil changed so they can practice, right? So what do? You do the same thing that they do in barber school. In order for a barber to become a licensed barber, he has to have so many hours of practicing that craft. So they bring a bunch of people in and give away free and low-cost haircuts. I know my haircut might be a little jacked up, but you know, I'm paying $5 for it, so I don't mind the trade-off. You can create an environment where you got certified mechanics teaching people how to do simple oil changes. Then you can go to your community and churches and things of that nature and say, hey, on this day, we're giving free oil changes, or we're giving oil changes for donations to my program. Doesn't cost you anything. As long as you bring in your oil filter and your oil, the labor doesn't cost you anything. We do accept donations. So you're bringing these people in, and you might have, in a 4-hour period, you might have 20, 30 cars come to get that done. The certified mechanics are there teaching these people who may have just returned from prison, or this could also be a program for young people, keeping them off the street. Those 14, 15, 16-year-olds, they can learn how to do this and start feeding themselves, right? So now they're in an environment where they're actually going to learn. The people feel safe bringing their cars because you got certified mechanics who are going to oversee and make sure all the nuts and bolts are screwed back on in place and everything is tight. But you're providing a service to the community for giving them low-cost oil changes. You're providing a service to the community by helping reduce the recidivism rate because you're giving people skills. And then you can take it to the next level and say, hey, you've successfully completed this program. You've done or witnessed or participated in 50 oil changes. So now we're going to make you a Future Leaders LLC certified oil change technician. Now we're going to take you and we're going to put you through our business building class. We're going to teach you how to set up your LLC. We're going to teach you how to register your fictitious name. We're going to teach you how to get your tax ID number. We're going to teach you how to start lines of credit for your business. We're going to teach you how to do your bookkeeping. We're going to teach you how to write off your expenses, right? Now you're really helping to build business people. Now, you know what you will get when a few of those businesses start to be successful? When a few of those businesses start to be successful, they will always hire people that come out of your program. Why? Because this program saved their life when they got out of prison. So they realize that the people that you are sending them probably got some blemishes on their record, as do they. But if you came through Monica's program, I know she got your mind right. I know you got some good skill sets. Then I'm going to hire you for 90 to 60 days. And eventually that's going to give you a track record to where you can go out and build your own, put your own oil stand up on the other side of town. And then watch this, Monica. I'm sure you already know this. That one that starts to hiring people, they get all sorts of tax breaks for hiring people who are felons. So now that company that you're helping to teach them on another level as a business owner. Here's how you help our community, and the government is going to help you. Don't be scared to hire the people from the community who may have some blemishes on their record. You're going to get tax breaks for hiring felons, but the felons are going to come through our program where they're going to be taught integrity. They're going to be taught how to show up on time, and they're going to be taught that this is a real second chance. So you don't want to blow it by going on somebody's job site and stealing or doing something silly. This can be done all over the country. It can be done all over the country. If I was a pastor at a mega church, I'd be doing this in every discipline there is. Every church has somebody in HVAC. Every church has somebody that's a carpenter. Every church has somebody that's a mechanic. Every church has somebody that is a plumber. They should have those people should be going into the homes of the church parishioners and doing light maintenance and light work with some of the young people of the church, teaching them those skills. Lisa D said, how do you think of all this stuff? Honestly, Lisa, you're about to experience this yourself, because I know you told me what's going on with your job. This is why it's so important to become financially free, to become free of a job, because when you can remove that, that opens up your ability to think. See, I have all 24 hours of every day to think of this stuff. You can think of this stuff sometimes in between calls, in between whatever it is you're doing on your job. And then you start to think of it and you're like, man, I need to write that down. And then the phone rings and you never get to write it down and you lose that thought. No, I get to, that thought comes in the head. I really get to flush that thought out over hours if I need to, days if I need to. And I can really develop a train of thought because I don't have to worry about the same interruptions because I'm not on a job 8 hours a day. And I can't take credit. I'm also, you know, this is a gift from God. I can't take all the credit, but it's a gift from God as well. And this is one thing that they don't teach in school is the ability to think critically. It's the ability to think critically. And I am my Father's child. God is the creator of everything. So I have the most creative mind on the planet. We all do. We just don't use it creatively. Says, yes, we have a mega church here and they only teach folks how to be cashiers at minimum wage. It's sad, but that gives me some things to think about and plan. Yes, Monica, you can, as someone who is throwing their hands into the race for political office and things of that nature, you can develop that plan out. You can execute it with your nonprofit, and that's something that you can run with in your community and say, hey, we ain't waiting on no more handouts. This is how you recycle your job. Guess what? Those people who come and get those low-cost oil changes, they will become forever loyal and indebted to you. And every time they come, because they see the young men being cleaned up, you're saying that you're doing this for free. Those people will come and get their oil change and give you a $50 donation, a $100 donation, when they could go to Walmart and get their oil change for $20, because they realize they want to be part of the solution. Now, of course, you're going to have those misers come in and say, hey, you said you're doing it for free. You said the donation was optional, so I opt to not donate, right? It's always like that, but you'll have people coming in and dropping some major donations on you. But then you can actually create a profit model out of that as well. That will, if you wanted to make it a profit model, you can say we charge a $5. We're the home of the $5 oil change. Your labor is free. They're bringing their own materials, so you don't have any overhead after buying some tools. Then you teach the young men how to buy their own tools as part of your program of them being responsible. The young women have to be responsible. Here's a tool list. You got to be able to go to somebody in your family and say, hey, I'm fresh out of jail. I don't want to go back. I need you to loan me $50 so I can go buy these tools so I can enter this program. I'm going to learn how to change oil, and that's going to give me a little hustle that's going to keep me out of the streets. And I want to learn this deal, right? Do the same thing with brakes. Brake jobs are fairly simple, right? Once they go through the oil change process, then they can add brakes. You send them through 3 months of doing brakes over and over. And you tell the people the same thing. We got a $15 brake job plus donation. You give us $15 plus, hopefully you'll donate above and beyond that for this program to grow. Now, somebody goes through the oil change process. They can make a few dollars changing people's oil. Then they can go through the brake process. Now I can change your oil and change your brakes. You just gave them 2 skills that will be in demand all the time. All the time. And then if they catch the bug for being a mechanic, then maybe they'll go ahead and pay their way through some other certifications or pay their way through a trade school or auto body. Maybe they want to get into auto body. Here's another one. So they go through oil change, they go through brakes, and then they go through windshield repair. $100 to get you a windshield repair kit where you can fix the chips and the cracks in people's windshield with the resin. You bring a bunch of people in and say, hey, we're going to fix your crack in your windshield. If you got a little chip in your windshield, we're going to fix that for you for $5 plus a donation. So these things, man, we can sit down and we'll talk about this kind of stuff all day, because we can build an economy if we get out of the mindset of hoping somebody's going to give us an economy to build from. No, we just build it from scratch. We just build it from scratch. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. Any other questions? I got time for 1 or 2 more, and then I got to get out of here, man. Got some things to do. My son is graduating college today. The first out of 5. I thought I would get 2 out of 5. He's the first one. And then the one that graduates high school next week, he'll probably be the other one that graduates out of college. The other 3 jokers, one is going back. We'll see how that goes. But I knew that I'd get all 5 of them out of high school and maybe a couple to get through college. But again, college is not the prerequisite for success. That does not mean that the other 3, because they didn't graduate from college, are not going to be wildly successful at something. We just got to help them define what that's going to be. Thanks and congrats. Appreciate that, Monica. Appreciate that very much. All right, so that's it for this morning's show. Be on the lookout for my post on this page. So I don't care for the videos that my econ has to pique interest. I like Jay Pettiferdel's video, but it's long for initial peak. Which videos do you use? I got a couple short videos for initial peak. I'll send you, Lisa. I've got a couple short videos that I'll send you. I use a Brian Bean, what we call Ashy the Classy. Short, it's about 5 minutes. I have a 5-minute video as well called Capitalism in America, How the Game is Played. Kind of touches high level on what we do without going into too much detail. You can also use that one, but I'll send those to you here in a second. All right, so that's it for me this morning and this week. I won't talk to you guys again on this show until next Tuesday. So until then, get your money up, because you absolutely can do it. But more importantly, you deserve to do it, each and every one of you. And don't forget, I've got some posts coming up that will, if you share, you can enter a contest to win a luxury getaway stay. The stay is on me. You got to get yourself there and you got to feed yourself while you're there. But 3 to 5 night stays are on me if you help me spread the message of economic empowerment, group economics, and financial literacy. Yes, you have a blessed one as well, Cedric Jenkins. Until I talk to you next time, get your money up. Oh, been watching and been driving. Okay, Tia Alicia. So I'll talk to you guys next week, man. Peace out.